Somewhere at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, there's a giant stone disk worth a small fortune. Nobody's ever seen it. Nobody's ever touched it. It sank 150 kilometers short of where it was supposed to go, centuries ago. And here's the part that should break your brain. The people who owned it still counted it as real, spendable wealth. Because money was never really about the object. It was always about the story everyone agrees to believe. On the island of Yap in the Pacific, people used massive stone discs called rai as currency. Some stood taller than a person and weighed several tons. Here's the twist. They usually didn't move them. When a rai changed owners, through a marriage, a land deal, or any other exchange, the actual stone typically stayed exactly where it was. The village simply updated who it belonged to through shared memory, spoken aloud in front of witnesses. Your bank balance is a number on a server you'll never see. Theirs was a giant stone they'd rarely touch. Same idea, different rock. And the value of a rai had very little to do with its size. What mattered was its story, how dangerous the journey was to bring it home, whether anyone died transporting it, and who had owned it before. Two identical-looking stones could be worth completely different amounts based entirely on their history. Sound familiar? That's basically how a signed baseball, a rare sneaker, or even an NFT works today. We didn't invent the idea, we just moved it off the beach. Now here's where this gets genuinely wild. For over 600 years, England's government tracked debts using notched wooden sticks called tally sticks. Each stick was split down the middle. One half went to the debtor, the other stayed with the treasury, and the matching notches recorded exactly how much was owed. These weren't just receipts. They actually functioned like money. People traded someone else's tally stick as payment because it could later be redeemed at the treasury. A simple piece of carved wood became a trusted financial instrument. By 1834, tally sticks had been replaced by paper for decades. The government had a massive pile of old sticks and decided to burn them. But they made one very expensive mistake. They burned them inside furnaces designed for coal, not wood. The chimneys overheated. A fire broke out. That fire destroyed the Palace of Westminster, the seat of the British government, in one of London's biggest fires between the Great Fire of 1666 and the Blitz. An obsolete form of money accidentally burned down a parliament. Here's the part most "money isn't real" videos leave out. Even when people bartered directly, they usually agreed on value before exchanging anything. How much wool equals one piece of cloth? How many fish equal one basket of grain? They still needed prices. Coins were often scarce. Pricing wasn't. Barter wasn't the world before money. It was often just money, without the coins. A giant stone resting at the bottom of the ocean. A wooden tax receipt that accidentally burned down a parliament. A trade with no coins, but still a price. None of it was really about the object. It was always about a story that people collectively agreed to believe. So the next time you check your bank balance, remember, you're not actually looking at money. You're looking at Yap's stone. We just moved it to a server. If you found this video interesting and want more videos like that, make sure to subscribe Zentry Studios Official, and I'll see you in the next video.